Johnny Evans back, Ahmad Diallo in. We've got an update on who is going to be starting in between the sticks for Man United as we take on Olympique Lyon. Most likely start. That is, I'm not Ruben Amorim, guys. I don't name the starting 11. Welcome to the United of Sport. Today, call me Mr. Good News because I think it's mostly good news about Manchester United that I'm going to be giving to you. Drop down a comment and let me know in your view, should it be Andre Onana back because he trained with the team today, or should we stick with Altel Baindil? What do you think makes sense right now in the current situation for Manchester United? I also remind you guys, thank you guys who are booking your time. It's getting busy and packed, guys. Thank you so much for booking your time. I love it that people want to learn to make money and earn on the internet. I have a class in the next 20 minutes. Well, I hope I'll be able to make it right on time. But guys, book your time and learn how to make money online. The number is 0784750280. If you're earning whatever amount of money you earn in your job, if you're employed, you need to make more money for yourself because at the end of the day, money is the goal. Freedom is the end goal, and money gives you freedom. So more money, more freedom, I guess. So let's get it. So here's the latest quick wrap up of what's happening before the Olympic Lyon game. Is one of first thing. Johnny Evans is back training after a long time. He has been off for a long time since December. He has not been there. He returned a bit, was on the bench for 1-2 games, then again dropped off. But he last played a game in which he scored when we were losing Tottenham Hotspurs 4-3 in the I think it should be the Carabao Cup back in December. So Evans is back in the team, and I think it's quite important because his presence in the dressing room comes in handy at a time like this when you are trying to chase a Europa League title. That doesn't seem to be out of reach. But of course, before that game, even if he might not be ready to play, I think his presence around the players is so important. So certainly, that's a huge boost for Man United. Harry Maguire will be starting, certainly, I think, in defense. He was managed in the previous game. His minutes were managed well, I think, by Amorim resting him for the entirety of the loss against Newcastle United, because in any case, there was nothing he was going to change, really. I know many were complaining, why on earth is Victor Lindelof playing full 90 minutes when Harry Maguire is on the bench and we are leaking goals for fun? Well, the reason is because of the game tomorrow, because I strongly believe he will be starting. Amorim knows how important his leadership in the back will be in terms of bringing stability in that back line and hoping that we will not be conceding late, silly goals again. So, Maguire, I expect him to start in that one. Now, still talking news about injuries. Of course, we've got big concerns. Aiden Heavens dropped off again. He was in the on the bench for one of our previous matches. Had returned in the team, but he did not train today at all. Mathis Dilly did not train. Neither did Joshua Zakzi, as we could have predicted. Never mind the noise around me, guys. I mean, it's a bit of a busy place where I'm seated. Stuff is going on, a lot of construction going on. But yeah, so those are the three major new absentees. That, of course, Delete, perhaps you'd call him new, but yeah, Delete, Aiden Heaven, and Joshua Zakzi. So, but the good news is Ahmad Diallo was training by himself with the ball on the pitch, on the grass. I think this is the last stage before you return to train with the rest of the teammates. So it's a huge, 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 huge development for Man United that Ahmad Diallo is training on grass, though by himself. He's on grass with the ball. That's the most important thing. So give him a couple of days, depending on how it goes, how he looks. Is he feeling it? How does the ball react to him? His feet, his body, how does it twist and turn? Is it on point? Then he will be thrown back into the rest of the group. And again, we will be seeing now him to be reintroduced into the squad yet again. Of course, he will certainly have to start on the bench, and then they'll reintroduce him slowly but surely. I think it's a good thing that it's happening before the end of the season. So be sure we will be seeing Ahmad Diallo play a couple of minutes mostly. And hopefully we progress past the quarterfinal stage of the Europa League and push all the way to the final, where we'll certainly need him, and also hope that Joshua Zakzi will have returned by then. But first things first, the game against Olympique Lyon is the biggest football match for Man United thus far this season. Very important and crucial for us to not turn around things for the season, because the season is already gone, so terrible it has been, but just giving us an array of hope and belief, and I think also most important, of course, taking us back in the Champions League if we win the Europa League. So it's important, so important, and Amorim knows that. He will be having a press conference later on today, and I will be here to react to it, certainly talk about what he says, and give you my probable starting 11 and the key things I expect to be improved and worked on if Man United is going to have a chance against Olympique Lyon, because we observed a lot of good things about Olympique Lyon. They are confident with the ball. They are really, really proper ballers. They do play the ball. And you certainly want to be able to craft the right antidote for such a team. So it's going to be quite crucial how we approach it. And the pressure, how do we deal with it? Remember, we are playing at home where we've been Navi. I mean, how do we deal with that pressure, especially after a terrible performance against Newcastle that saw Amorim apparently give the players a proper hair dryer? So what exactly do we have to do to approach this game with comfort, confidence, application, and be sure to get the W that we need in what should be our final before the final? So big football party it will be, but we'll talk more about that later after listening to Ruben Amorim's words in the press conference and react to them, and also get a view of how he's looking to approach this game. Alejandro Garnacho back to scoring ways in the last game, of course in a losing encounter, a losing affair, but he's now just behind Bruno Fernandes in terms of goals scored off the penalty spot. He has scored 10, just one shy of Bruno, who has scored 11, not on the penalty spot. So certainly that's quite, I think revealing of how important this boy has been in this terrible season for Man United. And probably you understand why Amorim has been stuck with him for some time. But we expect more from Alejandro Garnacho. We expect more from him. And it's saddening to see that many a fan gets disappointed when they say Man United starting 11 with Garnacho in it. You look around and you're saying, I mean, who is better than him currently? I mean, what are the options we have? I think he's one of our key players. And now that we do not have Joshua Zirkzee in, we are relying on a less confident Rasmus Højlund. You probably think it's now more load on Alejandro Garnacho, and the expectation and hope now lies mostly in him. So it's certainly going to be crucial how he handles himself in this game, because, as I said, it's a final before the final, and you need your best players to be stepping up individually. Garnacho, I'm hoping this time can start playing with Kobe. I'm hoping we can see more of Kobe Maino on the pitch, because he came on and brought a bit of energy in the few minutes he played when he was brought on in the previous game. I'm hoping now he's getting back to full fitness and should be able to start in a game that is this crucial for Manchester United. So beautiful, beautiful stuff there going on. Hoping now that things will be settled and calm, and perhaps we move on from the ordeal and painful loss or humiliating loss to Newcastle United in the previous fixture. Who should start in between the sticks? I'll give you my 2 cents on that one in the next video, as I do give you my probable starting 11. But do remember that Andre Onana is back training with the team, so there is a competition there for the place in between the sticks. Someone was saying it should be Tom Heaton with his experience starting games ahead of both goalkeepers of Man United. Guys, opinions. Interesting stuff. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me catch you later, fam.